How would this process work for a man on Canada with no affiliation to the United States, other than both are apparently still beholden to the crown? It's a great question. As a matter of fact, um, there's a lot of proof that it's still beholding to the crown. There's a lot of people that would say that we would be conspiracy theorists, but I would beg to differ because all you have to do is follow the money, follow the paper trail, and understand that these are all corporations that are registered under the Securities and Exchange Commission in Washington, D.C., and in Canada, Australia, those different elements. Um, and Mark, I got just a few words, and it's pretty basic. Everybody wants to say we don't have the Constitution, we don't have these structures that you have. The only thing that we have different um, is a resemblance of security in that, yes, the state citizen exists in law. Yes, there's tons of Supreme Court rulings that support it. But let's break it down. Do they have access to you if you're an employee? Yes. And what makes an employee? Well, you work for the corporation. And so I would suggest that because we're working with Australia right now, we want to work on a worldwide basis, helping people quit the corporation. And that's basically the term I want to coin for you. Quit the corporations. The element of let me turn on my background. The element of these being countries is a facade, as you will know. I got it. Everybody's going to think that's a total joke. I'm going to ask that you just consider that the United States is a federal corporation. Canada is a federal corporation. England is a corporation. All these countries have corporations. They're all registered under the District of Columbia with addresses in the District of Columbia. And it's because their birth certificates are under the Securities and Exchange Commission, which is being now publicly traded. And you can go look at anybody's social security number at GMEI utility. We can give you a link if you go to send an email to support@HISadvocates.org, or just join HISadvocates.org and click on support and post a support topic. We'll give you the link where you can check your own social, or the social that belongs to them that's assigned to the birth certificate. You can check that social and you can see how many people are registered investing in your birth certificate as the collateral and surety. So to answer your question, quit the corp. To what element you have to do it in Canada, don't know. It can be done, and I'm sure there's notices that can be given that would put them on check with who you are. Now I know Dean Clifford and all those guys up there, the predecessors, a precursor towards what is coming. They never really talk about this. They just talk about their rights and what right do you have over a man, and the guys that get picked up for fishing, the guys that get picked up for growing food, the guys that get picked up for these ridiculous things up in Canada and actually here too. The one thing that nobody's really addressed is quitting the corp, getting that put into an active state, and then serving the county and officials. Those officials, I'm sure, have bonds. And when they go outside of their right to contract with somebody who's not an employee of their company or one of their subsidiaries or one of their holding companies, then it becomes apparent that they have no jurisdiction, and that's just a fact in law. So just take that into consideration. Goes for China, goes for anywhere. The only difference is you've got this perception of leadership that is just railroading people. And I want to ask you a question. If you were able to create structures that did not allow for them to take your money, like those truckers, I'd have been completely structured up differently. Nobody's going to take any money that I'm in control of. And it's because I don't use the registered organization name, and everything that I do is private, and creating private structures and how I set it up at the bank and so on and so forth. And so, Mark, you could easily set up accounts all over the world, and you can keep your money funneling through these accounts all over the world. And they wouldn't have access or jurisdiction. You can do it right in Canada, and they wouldn't have access or jurisdiction. And it's one way for you to make money on a worldwide basis, you know, using the World Wide Web, um, or what have you. I don't know how you earn your money, but the bottom line is, I would just quit the court. I know it's a long answer. I don't know what public franchises you need to be taking into consideration, but those are my words for you. All right.